Hello and welcome back to the farm. We just got back from a trip to Tennessee to an exotic sale, and we have some new calves coming in today and new cows that we're going to be offering for sale. Several of those are bottle calves, and so we need somewhere to put them. This is the barn that we use to put all of our equipment in. It's old, it's got a lot of problems, but when we got all of our catch pen a few months ago from All American Panel, we also purchased several portable stalls. So today we're going to get those portable stalls put into this building. Even though the barn is in pretty rough shape, we're going to get those in here and get ready for all of our new calves to arrive. A few of the problems, for example, this area, the tin has come off from a recent hurricane. So that's an issue. And down on this end, let's see here, the actual beams have rotted. And we've got that same situation in several places here in the barn. So it needs a lot of repair, but this is about a 65-year-old barn. So it's holding up pretty good for that, but it's really in rough shape. And while we could go ahead and do repairs to this barn, the problem is this barn is not in the spot that we want our barn. So there's really not a lot of point in putting a lot of money into this barn and the time and the effort, because this is a location that we eventually want to put our house, and all the barns are going to be over by the catch pens. So there's just really no point in investing that much money and time into this barn. And at the end of the day, if you're like us, the problem really is money. That's the problem. We want to build new barns, but we just don't have the finances for that right now. Maybe after calving season and we are able to sell this year's crop, perhaps we'll be able to afford some. But as of right now, we just don't have the money. So this barn is going to have to make do. Luckily, Logan is off of work today because we had the week off to go to Tennessee. She went ahead and took extra days off so we could get all of this work done when we got home. Our friend Justin from All American Panel told Logan to not let me have us do this by ourselves because these were extremely heavy. And I knew they were heavy, but I didn't realize quite how heavy they were. You can hear the grunting. I thought I was going to walk up there and just pick one of them up and move it around, but that was not the case. The second I lifted the first time, I realized he wasn't lying. These things are heavy and require machines or several large guys. All right, we've got one corner up, so now we can use that to build off the rest of the stuff. These are considerably heavier than they look. There's no way I can actually pick one of them up, so thank goodness for that. But there's not going to be enough space to get in here to maneuver them around, so we're about to have to get physical. So showing as we go for each of these. So what we did, you can buy these as 4 pieces, just one stall, but we bought them where they can go 3 stalls all in one piece. So there's going to be a piece here, piece there, on down. But they have these little bars that go in between the stalls to hold the panels together. So on the ends, there's ones with 2 holes to connect like we did over there. And then these ones have 3 because they're going to connect a wall, and a wall. Okay, so since we only have this much space, that's not enough space to get the loader in there and twist one of the panels around. So we're going to use chains, and we're going to use the telehandler part of that and kind of dangle one in here. And that way Logan can just twist the panel while I'm on the loader and she won't have to actually lift anything. That's our plan anyhow. We'll see if it actually works. All right.
Come on, telehandler. All right. So I think it's time to let it down, but before we do, can you just grab a couple pins?
Yep, I'll grab pins because I don't want to have to lift that up. So far, that's doing all the work. Well, that's doing all the work. Ugh. After we got the last panel on the first stall, we went ahead and we switched our attachments to this hitch plate that we have, because as we were working, we realized the top of the forks would hit up on those rafters and then we would tear the whole thing down. So once we switched the attachments, we were able to move them easier, because then the top of the plate was no higher than what our boom was. And we put the forks on our small subcompact tractor and use that little tractor to move the panels around once we got them in place with the loader.
Okay.
All right, we're down to our last panel. Logan's about to put these last pieces on the end. It's looking good though. This is gonna be a nice accomplishment. We've had these for a couple of months. Just been waiting to do it. Like I said, on the very end, there's a flat, and then there's one and one. So then connect the last piece. I can smell it.
Me too. I can smell that one too.
No. You can't smell that one. Well, it is the next day. Unfortunately, our friend Josh, who is our hauler, was held up all day yesterday while he was trying to load and get back down here. So it's a little longer than we thought, but of course Josh always takes excellent care of all the animals he hauls. So he's on the way here now so we can finally get these guys unloaded. And he finally made it safe and sound. Anytime that Josh brings the stuff, we know it's going to be great. The moment new things arrive, we always back them right up to the chute, and we go ahead and run them through the chute, deworm them, check them out, give them any medications they may need from their shipment, and then we quarantine them into a different field before we get ready to pregnancy check and see what all we've got. Next, it's time to move all of our new bottle babies over to those brand new beautiful stalls we just finished. They are all a little timid to get off the trailer, so we have to take them off one by one. Being babies, they don't quite know where they are and what's going on, but they still want to protest, of course. Adorable, adorable. These are all Highlanders, HiParks, Mini Herefords, Mini Western Heritage, all smaller breeds that most of our hobby farm customers, that's what they're looking for, is small and fluffy and cute, so we try and provide those. Oh, goodness. We like to spend a few minutes getting to know all of them and just letting them settle in before we try and give them a bottle or anything. We always start out with one bottle of electrolytes just to get them rehydrated after their trip, and then we move on to their milk again. These are some super cute calves. You can see them at HisWayFarm.com. We always have calves for sale there. A little behind the scenes kissing and loving from this little girl. Logan is going to have a very slobbery ear. And all of the outside cows, they are doing really well and took to their medicine and settling in great. So thank you guys for watching, and for myself, Logan, and all the critters here at HisWay Farm, may God bless you, and we'll see you on the next video.